Hey guys, welcome to Fusion Fitness, your home for core and pelvic floor friendly fitness. I don't normally like to use equipment in my workout videos, but today I thought I would just have a little fun with some simple equipment that's very easy and inexpensive to get. It's easy to find this stuff on Amazon or really in any type of big box superstore place. A resistance ball like this, an exercise ball, sometimes called a Swiss ball, is wonderful. Find one that fits your size. You don't want one too tiny, but this is a wonderful tool for all sorts of different exercises, and I'm going to show you some exercises today with the resistance ball and also a resistance band. So grab these tools if you have them, and let's go ahead and get started. We're going to really focus in on the inner thighs and the bum, and this is kind of to give you a taste of a burn that you are going to feel in my upcoming video series coming up soon, Booty Camp, okay? So let's prepare ourselves for Booty Camp today with these awesome moves. I should note that these moves are absolutely safe for prolapse and diastasis recti as long as you follow my cues for breathing and technique. So our first move that we're going to do is really going to work the thighs. You want to step out so that your bum is against the resistance ball, the Swiss ball, the exercise ball. Your bum is against it, your back is in a nice neutral position, and when you come down into this wall squat with the ball, your knees are over your ankles. So you're going to want to shift and adjust your ankles. You want to potentially wear shoes so your feet don't slide out from underneath you here. But again, make sure that your ankles are underneath your knees and it's not, your feet aren't too far out in front of you, okay? So you should feel a burn right here, just sitting, coming down, ultimately to about a 90-degree angle here at your hips and at your knees. So let's just hold this. And while you're holding this, I want you to breathe continuously, breathe steadily. Hold that position, but breathe steadily. Don't ever hold your breath. It's really hard for your pelvic floor. It's hard on your pelvic floor, I should say. And it's just not good for your blood pressure. You need oxygen flowing through your body to keep yourself, going and strong. So, you doing this? Let's hold it for 8 more counts. 7, 6, get a little lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we are going to go up and down. Exhale on the way up and down. For these, you might feel that you need to walk your feet about an inch or even a centimeter back. At least I do. I felt like my feet were starting to slide forward. You don't want those knees to go beyond your toes though. So let's do 10 more. 10. And remember to exhale on the way up. Really use your buns and your hamstrings. Make sure your knees are not knocking together or flaring outward. Everything's pointing straight ahead, the knees, the feet. 2 more. Okay, now come down and stay low, but we're gonna pulse it even lower. Pulse, pulse. 10 more starting now. 10, 9, don't hold your breath. 8, 7, burn. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh gosh. Okay. Whew, shake out those legs. Oh my. All right. Let's grab our resistance band. We're going to do another one standing up. Okay, so you want to grab your band, and you're going to potentially have to play with the width of your feet on this one and maybe tighten your knot and make it so it's a smaller distance. But you want your feet to be a little more than shoulder width apart. Stand up nice and tall so you're strongly engaged through your core and you're not slouching and you're not arching. Feet stay this distance apart. And what you're going to do is just lean side to side. Bring the leg up like you're trying to open your legs a little more. Never let them get closer together than this on the ground. So it's just a tipping back and forth, never letting your legs get closer together Always having outward resistance, outward, outward, outward against the band. I'll try to slow it down, but it's really hard. Slowing it down. Don't go too fast, but if you go too slow, it gets really, really hard. So let's keep going. Keep going. You should feel this strongly here and here. Try not to let your arches collapse. Keep your breath flowing. If you ever cannot breathe continuously, then that's a sign that it's a little too much for you right now. The signs to watch for are if you can't keep your breath flowing, if you feel your form breaking down, your technique. Those are some signs to watch for. Keep going. Let's do 10 more little rocks to each side. So 10, feeling it here and here. 9, 8, 7. These muscles right here, the gluteus medius is one of the muscles we're working, are so important for balance and overall core strength and stability. Keep going. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Pound it out. Pound it out. Woo, wait. So we're just gonna go through these exercises once today, but you can certainly do them all twice through if you want to. We're gonna come on down to the ground for our final 2 exercises. Okay, grabbing your stability ball. We're gonna work our abs is an option. We can just simply do an inner thigh squeeze, but if you want to add some ab work, I'll show you how. So come down through your side. Don't just jackknife down. That can be hard on your core and your back. But you want to really cradle your feet in against the stability ball. Your calves really are touching the stability ball or the exercise ball. And you can simply just squeeze your inner thighs together against the ball as you exhale. And then inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. As you squeeze, you should feel those inner thighs really working, and even your pelvic floor muscles, your Kegel muscles, should engage a little bit. So keep going with this. Release as you inhale, and then exhale, squeeze, and lift the pelvic floor. Really feel that engagement through this area right here, and then release and relax. Again, keep going with that. Or if you want to add some abs, you certainly can. The abs are going to be really requiring a continuous squeeze of the inner thighs. So you're just holding that squeeze the whole time. Now, use your arms to help bring your legs up off the ground, because this is hard right here. So you're squeezing against the ball, you're engaged through the core, the pelvic floor is lifted, the lower abs are pulled in. You want to exhale, keep your lower back close to the ground. You don't want to let it arch like this. So keep it close to the ground and exhale and lift those legs. Keep the knees squeezing continuously together the whole time, and you're gonna touch down with your toes and then exhale up. Touch down with your toes and exhale up. Let's keep our low back fairly close to the ground. What I really don't want to see is this happening. You see how my low back is arching? That's really unsafe for your low back. It is not good. So you want to keep your low back close to the ground. You know, a neutral spine position is ideal, but for most of us, you're going to want to err on the side of being close to the low ground. You really don't want any arch in your low back. So let's do 10 more. 10. Keep the breath flowing. Keep your belly pulled in. Don't let it tent up or dome upward. If you notice any gullying, gapping, invagination is what it's called, a gully in here, or if you notice a doming or a tenting, then it means that you're not ready to do this. Stick with just the inner thigh squeezes. Take your time to readjust your low back if you need to. Make sure you're not arching that low back. Make sure your abs can stay pulled in, and that you're exhaling as you bring the ball up Keep that breath continuously flowing. If this is hurting your back at all, then go back to the level 1 where you're just squeezing your inner thighs or your knees together. Two more. Shoulders relaxed. Last one. Okay. Oh, that's hard too. That's a lot of work. Okay, our last move is going to be working our hamstrings and our booty on hands and knees. Now, if you have significant diastasis recti, the split in the anterior abdominal wall, and you know that it's not so safe for you to be on your hands and knees, you cannot pull your belly button toward your spine, your belly's just kind of loose and hanging, then I want you to do this standing up, okay, with the band. Now I'm going to show you on my hands and knees, so you can decide what you need to do. But I'm going to show you on my hands and knees, and there's lots of different ways you can set up your band, but here's what I like to do. I like to put the loop around both knees, and then I'm going to start with my right leg. So my left knee is holding on to the band. My left knee is holding onto it like this. It's pressing down onto the band. Now my right knee, my right leg is going to have the band go back so that the band is looping over just under my heel, okay? Now the key here is to be really strong and lifted. Keep that band under my left knee and the band right below my right heel. So left knee, right heel. Make sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders, belly button lifts toward the spine, so you're strong through the core. Nothing in your body is going to move except your leg doing a donkey kick up. So make sure your leg's not going out to the side. We want to go up, up. Take it nice and slow and think about keeping your hips, your hip points right here, the front hip points, pointing down toward the ground. Be sure that you're not opening up like this. You don't want to be opening to the side. You want to keep the knee pointing down and the foot pointing up toward the ceiling. Feel like you're going to stamp on the ceiling with the bottom of your foot. Really stamp on the ceiling. It's called donkey kick for a reason. We want to stamp our foot toward that ceiling and really make sure that your low back is staying nice and still. You're using your core muscles to keep your body still and your glutes to make your leg move. So the core muscles are keeping the body really, really still. And if you feel like you cannot control your core, if you feel like this is happening in your low back and you're really arching your low back, or if you feel like your belly is sagging a bit and you can't bring it back up toward your spine, then do the alternative position in standing. So you should really feel this strongly in your glutes, your right butt cheek. Keep going. Slow and controlled. Working your hamstrings and your butt cheeks like this is really going to lift and tone and perk up your booty. 5 more. 4, 3, keep breathing. 2, 1. Oh gosh. Okay. Should be feeling good. All right. We're gonna go ahead and take a brief child's pose and also roll out your wrists, because that's a lot of work on your wrists, holding yourself up that whole time. Roll them out and we'll move on to the other side. So deep breath. And let's go ahead and do the other side. So again, the band goes around both legs. And this time you're gonna pin the band down with your right knee, and it's going to go just under your left heel. So you might need to adjust it a little bit. Your right knee pins down that band, and then it's just below your left heel. Okay? Strong through your core. Be like a tabletop. So no arching and no rounding. Lift your belly button toward your spine. Make sure your hip points are facing down toward the ground. And let's donkey kick straight up. Feel like you're stamping your flat foot against the ceiling above you. Be sure that your low back is not arching like this. You don't want that to happen. There's really no movement in your body. It's just your leg that's moving at your hip. Slow and controlled, and keep breathing. Don't open your hip out to the side. You want to keep your knee pointed down toward the floor and your hip points also pointed down toward the floor. Think about that nice perky booty. Keep breathing. Strong through the core. Five more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm shaking. Go ahead and sit back in child's pose. Roll out those wrists and take some deep breaths into your low back and your low belly and your ribs. And that was just 4 simple moves. You are absolutely free to do those moves again, go through again, but man, I'm feeling it good enough right now. I'm feeling just fine. Let's close with a hamstring stretch. So right foot in toward your left thigh. Sit up really tall over your left straight leg. Inhale and then exhale, fold forward. Go ahead and hinge from your hips. But if that doesn't hurt your back, if your back is feeling fine and you feel that nice stretch along the back of your leg, then go ahead and just let gravity pull you down. Try to keep your sitting bones firmly rooted on the ground and just take some nice deep breaths. You can also have that knee bent a little bit if you need to, but try to work that leg towards straight. If you need to be up higher, that's fine too. It's really important after you work these muscles to stretch them out. You want to strengthen, but then you want to lengthen to get that nice, long, lean, toned look. Okay, come on up carefully. And we're going to do the same stretch on the other side. So left foot against the inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall. And you're going to inhale, flat back, straight spine, lift the crown of your head, and exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Again, you might just be here, and that's fine. You might just be here. That's totally fine. Or you might be all the way forward. As long as you don't have any back pain, then go ahead and let gravity take you down. Breathing steadily. Never, ever, ever holding your breath. And then go ahead and walk it up. All right, very nice job. little windshield wipers with your legs if that feels good. I love the way it feels. And remember, as always, if you liked this workout, if you liked my channel, then subscribe. I have booty camp coming up soon. It's going to be an awesome program that I really think you're going to love. Tell your friends about it, send them my way, and as always, remember, eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter. See you next time.